that camera around. YouTube, what's up? We're back. Back today with the CE, right? I got some new pickups, some Stratton Audio pickups put in, and I'm out in the living room today. I just wanted to jam a little bit, hang out with you guys. This is not my first real, it is the first, but I'm not going to consider this the real test of these because I'm just playing through this little positive grid out in the living room. Got just a nice little clean tone set up. I thought it sounded kind of cool. I wanted to come out and hang out. Hey, Jeff, what's up, man? Thank you. I appreciate that. Got the little positive grid practice amp out here today. Any of you guys own one of these? It's pretty cool. It's nice. It's nice for stuff like this, right? Sitting out in the living room. Jeff, Blues Deluxe, awesome amp. Boss Katana, also awesome. Boss Katana, I feel like, is the better version. I shouldn't say better. This positive grid amp is great, but I couldn't gig with it, right? It's just great for living room, low volume, hanging out. You can plug headphones into it. Katana, a lot of people in Nashville take Katanas downtown to Broadway. A lot of people, surprisingly. So, hey guys, this is a PRS CE that I just put in some Stratton Audio pickups. And like I said, I'm going to do a real review on these pickups through my actual rig. This is just through the positive grid. Now, it doesn't sound bad, but, I was kind of liking that groove, huh? Hey, thanks, Jeff. Pure S solid quality. I might get the SC, dude. The SCs, I've got an SC Silver Sky, and the quality, you're right, is awesome on them. Totally worth it, in my opinion. That is the most bang for your buck, I think, guitars about out there. Let's see, Jeff, sounds great. Thanks, Jeff. David, hey, Tim, have you heard or seen the guys Sons of Legion in your travel in the Ville? I have not seen Sons of Legion. I know Sons of Habit. They're awesome. With Sons of Legion, I do not know. Chris, what's up, man? Hey, thanks. I'm going to keep playing too, you guys. Out here answering a couple questions. What brand of capo? This is a Planet Waves Diodario one. And check this out, you guys. I'll shout out this capo real quick. These are awesome. These little Credo capos. Because have you ever been at a gig and you need the capo and you got to reach in your pocket and it's not there? Has that happened? Because this, you always know it's there. I can look and see, there's my capo. And all you do is just unscrew the back a little bit. It's like a pressure sensitive one, which is great for electric. And you just move it up, you know? So if I need to play up here, I just pull it up, move it up. And then hopefully, you got to play the right chord. Goodbye, cold, and goodbye, rain, goodbye, sorrow, and goodbye, shame. Heading out west with my headphones on the flight with the song in the back of my soul. No one knows. Just found out a ghost left town. The song's a little too high in this key for me. This setting's got like some modulation or something going on with it too. But anyways, the cables are really good. I will say these cables are expensive. This was almost $60, but I've had this cable for 5 years and not lost it because it lives on headstocks of my guitar. So more expensive, but works really well. And yeah, that was a fun little Queen of California groove. You know? Let's see. So, hey, thanks for the question, Jeff. Bryce? Just got to town a month ago. Bryce, hey, you know what? I don't play in Nashville all the time, but I'm playing a duo gig tomorrow in Printer's Alley at a place called Snitch, S-N-I-T-H, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. It'll be a singer on acoustic and then me on electric just playing some pretty stuff. So it's not a rocking gig, but we do improvise a lot. We have a lot of fun. We're playing from 3 to 6. So welcome to town, Bryce. And I don't play in Nashville all the time, but if you're bored tomorrow from 3 to 6 p.m. in Printer's Alley downtown, I will be playing. cover tunes and stuff. But it is fun. We do improvise a lot on that gig. Charles is the singer and acoustic player, and he like leads the gig. I'm just supporting him, but he's also a great guitar player. So we have a lot of fun. He rips some great acoustic stuff. I've got a couple reels and shorts on here of me and him playing. He's been on the channel some. Charles, as far as singers, I'm not even going to caveat it. Charles is a good guitar player, you know. Okay, I got some type of modulation deal going on that I don't know is my favorite thing ever. Let's take a little bit of this treble out. Where are the mids at? Is it still the delay that's giving it that weird warbly thing? Yeah, Bryce, I'm playing there. If you're bored, come say hi. Absolutely, Jeff. Groovin', yeah, nice impromptu singing. Yeah, I'm not that much of a singer, but thanks, you guys. I don't know any Coulter Wall songs off the top of my head. Yeah, check them out. I said Simple Man. I can't even remember how what's the tell me in the chat, you guys. What's the progression to Simple Man? Hey, thanks for all the likes on the streams, you guys. Okay, Matt, sorry. A little bit behind on the comments. What gauge string do you use between your different scale length guitars? Awesome job, my friend. Keep up the great work. My son Matthew and I. Hey, awesome, Matt. Dude, that is so cool to hear, man. Seriously. Hey, thanks for watching. I've got so I'll answer that question, and then I'm going to say a couple things about some videos I have planned. I use 10s across everything. I have one guitar that I put 9s on, and it's really made me consider putting some 9s on. So it's a Strat that I put 9s on, and it's tuned to half step down. Now, the truss rod isn't able to be moved, so I did that to make it not to feel so hard and stiff to play. It's got some problems, but you know, I really like the 9s on it. It's so easy to play. It doesn't hurt your wrist at all. You know, it forces you to keep your touch light, but to be honest, like I have a pretty light touch in general. So I really like it. Also, thanks for watching the channel, all of you guys. I've got today, I cut some stuff with Lanco, like kind of a demo session. And I definitely can't put like the full thing we did like out in the world yet, but I recorded a ton of video of me cutting guitars and Jared, our utility player, and running tracks and kind of producing the guitars with me, setting up tones and doing stuff. And I'm gonna stitch together a cool little video and just have you guys come along, watch me try and fumble through some parts, pick out some cool stuff. We used this guitar a lot today just because I just got it back from getting these pickups put in and I wanted to test it out. This is the first PRS guitar I ever owned. It is a CE, so it has a bolt-on neck, which is cool. It has a little bit of that snap, right? That's what I would like playing that. It's got a little bit of that, you know, that kind of. I've got a lot of reverb on. Honestly, this tone is great for like a. That's kind of a cool. What'd you go? Wait, let's see. Where am I trying to go? I'm trying to do that minor 2/5. That's it. It's a half diminished chord down to a flat 9. Walk into a minor chord. Anyways, okay. Oh, I am so behind on the comments, you guys. All right, let me answer a couple comments for a couple minutes. Let me see. Really nice to see you again, Tim. How you doing? I'm doing good, Amando. How you doing? Ernie Ball Super Slinkies. 9.5 is perfect. You know, Scott, I originally had 9.5 on that one Strat, and then I needed to change the strings. And the guitar store I went to had no coated 9.5s. I really like coated strings. I wear the non-coated out ones out too fast. So I put 9s on it, and I love it, honestly. Some jazzy blues, honestly, that was just a version of it. I could do even more. You could maybe consider that a jazz blues, but I can do some more. I don't know any Conan Gray. I don't even know who Conan Gray is. Do I need to check him out? Amazing tone, what are you using? Right now, this is a PRS CE, but I've got these Stratton Audio pickups, which are awesome. I just got them in today. Shout out Jason at Stratton Audio. Check them out. And then also Sean Payton, who got these in there for me. This is a semi-hollow CE. It's cool. I really like that. And then I'm in my living room today. I'm just plugged into a little Spark practice amp. Got that nice kind of clean. I think this setting I looked up was technically someone made a slow dancing in a burning room. Hey, thanks, you guys. Thanks, everybody. Everybody's great, nice comments. Jacob, good to see you. Armin, you have cool guitar. Hey, thank you. Sounded great, man. How many years have I been playing? I've been playing 16 years. I'm 31 years old, and I started at 15. I played a little bit of guitar before that, but like once I picked it up at 15, I never put it down. 16 years of staring at this fretboard and doing it a lot. That's 16 years of playing a lot. I'm still working at it. I used a Helix, but a couple guys in the band use a Spark. Oh, that's cool. The little one I have, I need like an extender cab to play live with. I just have this tiny one. But here, it's an awesome practice amp, you know. Most of the time, I really just dial up a clean setting. When I'm sitting, if I'm going to use this, most of the time the headspace I'm in is like that stuff I was just playing. And then I had a... So what was I doing there? I did a... Okay, Spark sounds really beefy. Yeah, it's not too bad for a little practice amp, right, you guys? It's tiny, too. It's sitting on my coffee table. Rainy Night in Georgia. I wish I knew that off the top of my head, Igor, but that is a really good song. I'm in Nashville. Where is Stetson? Stetson is in the office. In the office. We got Janelle working from home in the office. Uh-oh. Oh, look at this. See? Ask and you shall receive. Here he comes. Come here. He was sleeping, obviously. Look how tired he looks. Here's Stetson. This is my dog, Stetson. Our dog, Stetson. Oh, you smell. He's like, no, did I just get abandoned by mom? This is Stetson, though, everybody. He's a little Italian greyhound. These are sweet little dogs. It's like owning a mini deer. It's like a tiny little deer. Now he's sitting looking at me. Did you get taken out of? I'm sure he didn't want to be out here. Mom brought him out. You can go direct into a PA though. I'm pretty sure with the Spark. Maybe you might be right. There is outs on the back. You might be right actually. If I had a DI. Hey Janelle's back at the door. Love the Spark. That guitar is happy to see you again, an old friend. I also have an even smaller Spark, the Mini, I would take with me when I travel. JD, I've got the little box one also. And to be honest, I just don't use it that much. And there's not a specific reason why. It's just, if I'm going to play the Spark, I just plug into this one. Which is great. Here, I'll show it to you guys real quick. Well, hold on. Now we're getting attacked. Just want to be in the stream, huh? Look at this little dog. This little dog is tiny, but I'll tell you what, he's an athlete. That's my favorite part about him. He's a little athlete. Okay. Okay, I can do some Lil Wing. That one I do know. Nashville, sorry. Cocktail Hour written all over it. Yeah, definitely some, as the guys in my band would say, they call it elevator music. But I love stuff like that. Is it going to be #1 on the charts? No. But I like playing stuff like that. It's fun to play. Out in the living room, it's chill. It's evening. I've got a dog next to me and some tea. That's the vibe, isn't it? Hey, great seeing everyone. I'll play some Lil Wing here in a second. You should reach out to my friend Chris Richards. He's from Nova Scotia, Canada, but living in Nashville. Okay. How long has he been in Nashville? Emmanuel. I'll play some blues too, Emmanuel. Or Amandel, sorry. I don't know waves. Yeah, I just use the Mini with headphones when I'm in a hotel room. Yeah. That's awesome because the headphones is going to be the same no matter what. Okay, let me answer a couple more of these questions and I'm going to play some more. Blue Smoke. I don't know Blue Smoke by Merle Travis, and I'm sorry. Have you seen the brass block swap for the Silver Sky SE? No. Tell me what you mean when you say that, Paul. It will make you a few bucks on a Saturday evening. Yeah, I need to get a gig where I'm just sitting in the corner of a hotel room doing that. Okay, what did we talk about? Oh, we talked about Lil Wing. Let me turn some reverb down a little bit. Can I up the gain? Give myself a little more sack? And then we just maybe turn the master down so it keeps the same volume. Turn that master down. I don't want to bug you Tell you what, you guys, if you haven't learned that, like I know I'm not playing the record. Here's the idea. The progression, if you haven't learned it, it's so good. And see how I was just noodling over it, but I'm playing in each chord. You can hear when the chords are changing, even when I'm just doing some single line stuff, man. That progression is so good for it. Like, I'll go over it real quick, right? We're going 6. I'm in the key of E minor, or G, relative major. 6 to 1 to 2, right? A minor, going up to the 2, back to 6. Then I go to 3. Use that little movement, it's real common. 3, walk down to the 2. Then we go 1, flat 7, back to 4, up to 5. And if you want to get spicy, I ripped this off of Eric Gale's doing that little half step, that sharp 5 diminished chord. You know, lean back. Oh, we go up to, sorry, B minor there. Okay. I don't know New Rising Sun. I'm sorry. Any ideas on how to get better for a 14-year-old? I'm tell you what, and this is gonna sound, if you are 14 and you typed that, and you're not the parent of the 14-year-old, in asking, I'll give you some super real advice. Just keep playing. Just takes time. I started when I'm 15. I'm 31 now. Guitar is one of those things. I'll give you some actual like real. This is the real advice, honestly, but I'll give you some more like put to use advice immediately. But guitar is one of those things you get in what you put out. You know, you can't. You can't. I don't know. There's certain things I could probably fake my way into some low-level sales job somehow without experience. You know. But I can't get on stage and rip a solo. You know, if you don't know how to do this, you don't know how to do it, right? Like, so it's just practice. Now, this is what I will say, is the more hours you put in, the better you're going to get. When you're young like that, when I was 15, I was playing all the time. 16, all the time. 17, 18, I did that for a decade, all the time, and I still play all the time. It's my job now, so I just spent all day playing guitar, and now I'm here with you guys. But, it just takes time. I will say, if you're a little more limited on time, and this goes for any of you guys out there, I say this all the time. I say it to my students, which I'll plug my lessons in just a second. But a couple minutes a day, literally 5 minutes a day, goes a lot longer than 3 hours every couple of weeks. Just a couple minutes a day, man, it makes a huge difference. Huge difference, seriously. It's a hard groove to do. I'm not doing that time. I'm still rushing, I think. 3, 4. I love that little lick. I think this thing's gonna sound great. We'll do a full proper review with these new pickups through my actual rig, not the practice amp. But yeah, so that's my advice. 14-year-old, just keep playing. Just keep playing. I hope you guys like that. Do you know how to play? I don't. Vienna. Lou. Hey, thanks. This is a PRS. I'll just say it again for the people that have just joined. This is a PRS CE. They call this McCarty Burst. And this I've got a DGT that is also McCarty Burst that is a lot darker than this one. This one's very kind of like yellowish. It's brighter. And this one's been played a lot more. No, I shouldn't say a lot more. At this point, they've both been played a ton. But this one I had for 3 years before I got that guitar. So it's a CE bolt-on neck PRS, US made. It's a pretty serious guitar. Let's see, he said, Jimmy didn't know anything about theory. Neither did Stevie Ray. Who'd have just heard you saying numbers? I think it's pretty basic. And I guarantee there's no world that Stevie Ray Vaughan and Jimi Hendrix, they know what the 4 chord is. You know, that's like level 1. Level 1 is definitely, okay, you're an E. Go to the 4 chord. Ooh, we're a little out of tune. Let's tune this up. I promise they knew what the 4 chord was. But you're right. I don't think he sat there and mapped out and said, okay, I'm going to go to the flat 7. I think he just went down to F. Was like, this is cool. He was playing a half step down. So that's that kind of classic debate. Like, do you need it? I don't think you need a super high level of it. But like, if you don't know what the 4 chord is, then I think you're lacking. You know, that's basic level 1 theory. You couldn't play any gigs with musicians in Nashville if you didn't know what the 4 chord was. right? Or just, I mean, it's real simple stuff, like the harmonized major scale, which is just how you know the 4 chord is major unless otherwise noted, right? That's just, you know, going 1 is major, 2 is minor, 3 is minor, 4 is major, 5 is major, 6 is minor, 7, we hit that half diminished, and then we go back to 1. You know, major, half diminished, minor, major, major, minor, minor, 1. But on Nashville, when you're on the bandstand and you're playing cover gigs, which a lot of people have to do at some point, and someone pays for a request, and the singer says, you don't know it, but it's easy, man. It's a 1, 4, 5, and E. You just follow me. Okay, you got to off the rip. No, he's not going to say it's E, A, B. No one will say that to you. Everyone will say it's a 1, 4, 5, and E. So you got to know, okay, I'm going E, A, B. Unless otherwise noted, they're all going to be major. And then you feel it out. It's a version of major. They might be really happy major. More likely, it's going to be a blues type of thing where you're doing some type of 1. At least the 5's probably going to be dominant. So simple stuff, you guys. You don't have to get super deep into it. But you're definitely only, I think, hindering yourself if you don't know just the basics. It really is the basics. I don't have this super extensive theory knowledge. I have it more than some of my friends, but man, you don't need like the Rick Beato level of all this crazy stuff. Now that's great, and if you're into that, you might want it. And for certain gigs, you need it. But for the vast majority, like if you're living in Nashville, you just need to know the number system, which comes down to the harmonized major scale. Really basic. That sounds like a big word. It's really not. Just memorizing that pattern. If someone says we're going, it's 1, 2, 5, it's 1 in E, we're going E to F sharp minor to B dominant, probably back to E, right? Now, people will say, okay, it's a major 2, because most of the time, when I've been with anybody that's calling out chords, if it's non-diatonic, then they'll caveat it. So, okay, maybe it's 1 major 2, 5, and they'll say that. If they just say 1, 2, 5, you can assume you're going, the 2 is minor, right? Now, you might hit it, and maybe the guy just didn't say it's major 2. You're going to hear that, hopefully, right? Here's minor. It's a diatonic 2, 5, 1. Now let's do. You don't have to know everything about like, oh, the 2 chord's actually functioning as the 5 chord of the 5 chord. You don't have to get that deep into it. But just knowing that basic stuff, really useful. That, the major scale, you got to know that. And then your chord positions. I'm kind of getting on a thing here, but do just that. E and E shape. E and D shape. This is feeling a little out of tune to me, you guys. I just got it back today. I'm not going to lie. Maybe this tuner isn't the best. We are gonna need to check this. I might have to sit and make sure the intonation's okay. Sean always kills it though. I haven't played this guitar in quite a while. Okay, let's see. Anyways, I went on a tangent there. I meant to go. Tried to add too many notes. Okay, hey, thanks you guys. Paul developed the PRS trim. I don't use the PRS trim, but How do you know? Oh, I'm super behind on the comments, you guys. Let me get in here. Money for Nothing, Nick. So many people ask for this. I learned it at one point, and I could like fake my way on it, and I can't remember it. So many people ask this. I am going to sit and actually learn it, but I don't know it right now. So many songs I don't know. Only Jerry Garcia real lick I kind of got is it's not even Garcia maybe playing it, but it's the. Hey, thanks for subbing, Jim Bob. Hello. Thank you, guys. How long did it take to get down hybrid picking? Great question, Jeff. Oh, I'm still so behind on these comments. So I'm going to actually ask some or answer some. Hybrid picking. So I had never tried to hybrid pick. And when I decided I was going to move to Nashville, I had like 9 months before I was actually moving. And I sat down and I said, well, I've never really learned. I was playing all this John Mayer, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Hendrix, all that stuff. I was like, well, I guess I should learn some country stuff. So I started trying to learn some stuff, and obviously, instantly, it's some hybrid picking. Now it's a technique I'm using everywhere, even if I'm playing something like this, where I'm going. It's just a great way to instead of I can strike them all at once like a piano, right? I don't know what we're playing there, but anyways, took me probably a year or two to really have it where I'm not thinking about it at all. But I just started trying to do this pick pop. I'd go down to the bridge pickup and just grab an A power chord and go pick pop, pick pop, pick pop, pick pop, and then I go pick middle ring, pick middle ring. Then I just started trying to go. See my right hand there? See how I'm going? Just playing like a. How you get your guitar to sound so clean? I just got a clean setting on this Spark. You know, is that what you mean? Or Evan, hey Tim, do you have any advice for original bands in regards to promoting themselves and booking more shows at better venues? Good question, Evan. Do I have any advice for that? You know, I think when you do book a show and you play a show, you know what? Honestly, uh, Janelle, my girlfriend, would probably have some. She wouldn't come on here and say it, but she'd probably have some good advice because she works in the booking shows world. But maybe my advice would be that take the shows you can get. I'd show up, be well prepared, good, and then talk to whoever the buyer is, the promoter, the owner of the club, whatever you're playing at, and try and become friends with those people. You know, so if you show up and put on a great performance, like that's got to be just do your best, play well, rehearse. You know, move as many tickets as you can. At the beginning, you probably might not sell a bunch. That's okay, but show up on time. Don't get blasted, you know, all that general basic stuff. And then I'd really try and make good friends with the people that are booking you. And you know, try and cultivate those relationships. And then that'll lead to more shows. The more shows you guys play, the better you'll start getting. You'll sound better, you'll sound tighter, you've got more stage presence, all that stuff. A little local scene might start to form, more people know it, you know. And if you're friends with that one club owner, he might own another club. Or even better yet, if it's a little promoter, he might book shows for 5 or 6 clubs around that area, maybe more. So if you cultivate that relationship, and he's like, hey, these guys always sound good. I can use them for a myriad of things. Maybe he can use you as a cover band on top of you being able to do your own original sets. And they always show up on time. They're not a bunch of drunks. You know, they're not this and that, right? You know, all those things are really important. So maybe that would be some of my advice, is just trying to cultivate those relationships with the people that are getting you into the door on your first gigs. And then show up and do the best you can. You might show up to the first, you know, some of them, and you guys kind of suck, but that's okay. Still talk to the person. Man, I can't thank you enough for having us out. Cultivate that relationship. All of music is going to come down to that. You got to put in the time and practice, but once you're kind of there all day long, it's, you know, I don't want to say who you know, but it's cultivating your relationships all day long. This is the name of the game. All day long. One bad note in there. Lead back to G. Okay. Great question, Evan. I hope that helped a little bit. I have a 2017 PRS CU 22. What's a CU? Semi-special McCarty. Oh yeah, okay. McCarty burst that is much more like your CE. It's cool. They're all a little different. Yeah, that's super cool, Philip. I don't think I even know exactly what that is. That's awesome. Do you like it? How did I learn theory? So I was in a little bit of jazz band, a little bit of help in high school. Oh, here he is, the man of the hour. I was in a little bit of jazz band in high school, and that helped me off the bat. And then that just struck a curiosity. I took AP music theory in high school, and I got a C-, and I didn't take the AP exam. I barely passed. I did terrible in that class. And honestly, that was incredibly hard at the time for a however year old. What was I, 16, 17? Really hard. But years later, and I started getting better at guitar, I got really into it. So I just used YouTube and just was learning. So don't have a crazy extensive theory knowledge, but I have a good working baseline. I know how to build chords. I know some standard progressions, some jazz type of tricks, involve a lot around 2-5-1 stuff. Or maybe it's a 6-2-5-1 or a 3-6-2-5-1, you know? So I do know that stuff. And when people say stuff like that, man, it's like we're in the key of G, right? If I go 3, 6, 2, 5, back to 1, right? The 5 chord of G is D. And that's taking us home. That wants to pull you back to G, right? So if I come up here and play, and that's a dominant chord. So let's say I'm trying to get to the 6th chord, which is going to be an E minor. I'm in the key of G, and I want to go G. So I want to go between G and E minor. Now a trick you can use in some jazz stuff, right, is saying, okay, this 5 chord pulls you back to the 1 chord. What if for just a second I want to get to this 6th chord? What if this was my home base? It's in E minor. What would the 5 chord of the E minor be, right? So what pulls us to E minor? Now you could use a minor 3, but let's keep them all dominant. So I'm going from G, and I want to get to the 6th chord, and I want to add some spice in between. I could just play this, right? You could just... Now watch this. So there, that extra little spice you heard was me using, I'm thinking it's a 3 chord of G. So it's a 1, 3, 6, and I went 4, 5. But that 3, if you're getting into theory, and now I am teaching a little bit of theory, that 3, we can look at it, when I'm making it dominant, it pulls so well to that 6 because it's the 5 of E. If we were in the key of E, let's say even E major, what would the 5 chord be? We go up to that B, right? Most people know that. B, back to E. So now here I've got an E, it's minor that I'm trying to target. But same idea, what's the 5 chord of E? Okay, it would be B. So if I play a B major, so if I go... So, getting a little more theory-wise, that's like why that works, right? It's because it's the 5 of. So when you do kind of that jazz blues thing and you're doing a 3-6-2-5 turnaround, you might be going... to that 3. So anyways, I know that's a basic kind of lesson, and no one asked for that. But that's about as deep as the knowledge goes. Not as deep. That's kind of a lie. I know how to build chords and stuff, right? In most simple chords, right? Okay, let's play a G dominant chord. Let's play a G13. Let's just add the 6 on top. What's a G flat 13? Well, I'm just gonna... And that instantly wants to take me back to my ears going, okay, now I'm playing the 5 chord of C, right? sadly, I really use none of that knowledge in my day-to-day playing. You know what, you guys? It's a little dark. Let me turn an extra light on. Let me see if I can turn this fan off. There we go. A little brighter. Got dark outside. I was using outside light. Anyways, I know no one asked for that, but hopefully some of you guys find that a little useful. Hi, Marcos. I'm so behind on the comments. Again, I'm terrible at doing this, but I like playing, and for people that come in, like, know that I play a little bit. Okay. Any advice? Okay, where was I at? Hey, several questions. What are the more important topics to be the Nashville gigging guitarist? Needed equipment, the most important theoretic stuff. Who the heck is out there honking? Most important theoretic stuff, techniques, and do's and don'ts. Okay, Marcus. Number one, Nashville number system. If I say to you it's a 1-4-5 in E, you got to know what that is, okay? Even if I say it's a 1-6-4-5, right? Just basic. Dig into that a little bit. It's a lot easier than it sounds, but you got to start thinking about those intervals, because Nashville world all day long, people aren't going to say, hey, we go E to like B minor and this. No. No one will say that. They're going to say, dude, it's a 1-6-4-5, right? Or it's a 6-5-4-1, right? Maybe we're saying, hey, you're going 1-6-5-4, then we play minor 4. So that comes down to just the basic harmonized major scale. You got to know that 1 is major, 2 is minor, 3 is minor, 4 is major, 5 is major, 6 is minor, right? That's just committing the 7-note little pattern to memory. That's all that is. And then when you're in any key, I could be playing a B flat, and they say, okay, 1-6-4-5. Whoops, I started in B, so I got a 1, I got a 6, I got a 4, I got a 5. Whoops. So that's the stuff. And I'd focus on that. Equipment-wise, you want to have a good sounding tone, but people get good sounding tones out of all kinds of equipment. So I don't have recommendations for you. You just need to have a good tone. You need to be able to hear if you're playing too loud. You don't want to be playing crazy loud all the time, but when you need to be heard, you want to be able to be heard too. So it's that give and take, being good with your dynamics, good at rhythm. You know, do's and don'ts. Don't come down here if you're brand new and just walk around and ask to sit in with bands. That's the like people really don't like that. So make friends, you know. Tack, what's up, Tack? I haven't seen you in a while, man. Have you ever tried playing the fourth mode or fifth mode of major over that root major key? So when you're talking about that, fourth mode is called Lydian. The fifth major is called Mixolydian. Technically, I'm using Mixolydian all day long. But anything you see, like if you watch any Guthrie Traps videos, stuff like that, playing out of the chords, technically that's what's happening. You know, but nobody's thinking about it that way. Guthrie will say this all day long. No one has ever said, hey, we're going to play like out of the Lydian mode in our neck of music, right? If you're playing with Tim Henson or Polini, or like there's different genres of music that will lean really heavy into those things. But for all the basic country, rock, pop, blues stuff I'm playing, you know, it's not a lot. And it does get jumbled. Like what mode is when I go to the 4 chord and all of a sudden I'm playing out of... If I played it right though. There I went. Where did I try to go here? I tried to go up to the C, and we're playing an A. Not right. But I'd be. So yes, the fourth mode's kind of cool there because if you were thinking, okay, let's say I have a progression that's like. So if we're in the key of A, we have just major scale. Diatonic major scale, just playing A. Now when we go to the 4, if I still play A, so I'm playing, but we start on the 4th note, and we go 4 to 4. That's the key. So instead of starting here, it's all about where you start. When I start in A there, it's A major. But if I start on the 4, that's, look, I even have to sit and think about it for a second. That D, right? Then all of a sudden, I'm sitting here and I'm going. Now, that raised 4th is what makes that difference. So it's fun to maybe come up and. Let's go up to the 5 chord, okay? See that 5, if you play the same thing, if you go 5 to 5 here, right? Then all of a sudden, what do we got? Then all of a sudden I got, it's got that flat 7. So yes, I'm technically do mess with those and play with it, but I'm never really thinking that. I'm thinking I'm in the key of A, and here's the 4 chord. So I'm just going root to root of the 4 chord for the basic settings. Once you start getting into blues and mixing that major and minor, you're bending the rules a little bit more. I am so far behind on these comments. Hey, okay. Sorry, you guys. I don't know morphine. Jimbo, I can't remember what your request was, to be honest, man. I'm sorry I got sidetracked. Tell me again if you're still in here. Hey, Tim, do you have any advice for original brands in regard? Oh, okay. I answered that one. Sorry. Done any busking? I've never done any, like, proper busking. I swapped the steel saddles and trem block on my SE Silver Sky to brass saddles and brass trem block on my local shop and asked what pickups I put in it because it improved the sound. That's awesome. I wouldn't mind doing that, honestly. I can't grow a beard. Russ, hey, thinking about getting an isolated power supply and DI box to cut down on noise for my pedal board at a recent gig. Think it was dirty power. Curious what you use or any advice. Yeah, DI box, I don't go direct, so I'm not using a DI box. We're micing an amp, but isolated power supply will probably help. Sometimes there's just going to be bad power regardless. But if you're daisy chaining them all, that will help some. I have a Voodoo Labs Pedal Power 2 Plus whatever. Those are expensive, and there's better power supplies that are cheaper. That was like the OG one, but I wouldn't recommend that now. I'd just look up any good isolated power supply. Sorry, guys, let me close this door. It's getting dark out. I know Diodario makes some... I'm sorry, not Diodario. Dunlop. Under the Dunlop umbrella makes some great stuff. Hey, Tim, so cool. Hey, Rhyme and Reason. Sorry I'm so late. You might not even be here anymore. Catch a live. Watch your Stop Sounding Amateur. Hey, video. Awesome. I'm learning chord shapes of the harmonized major scale and every... Dude, awesome to hear. The one person watched it and got something out of it. Success. Thank you. Give you guys another look at this guitar. The CE's cool, man. So compared to the DGT, it's thinner. It's a bolt-on neck. This one's semi-hollow. It's also 24 frets. Now, I'm not playing up here all the time, but what the 24 frets does is it pushes the humbuckers a little closer together, right? Because it's just, right? If I had the DGT here, you'd see they're a little farther apart. The neck's just maybe not as squashed down. So it's cool. This is a different sound. And we're not playing through the real rig. I'm just playing through the spark rig. I know there's some crazy settings on here, honestly. Let's see. Kind of a cool setting. And track that again. Thanks again. Absolutely. Do it with only 6 chords. Tell me what you mean. See, so this is a great example. Like the play the whole stone scale using octave displacement. No idea how to do that, and I promise there's no situation you need to. You know, so when people talk about theory and it gets bad rap, I think it's people thinking about things like that. Where like if I showed up to any gig and I started doing that, I'd just get fired. If I was the band leader, I'd be like, bro, no, in certain context, but all the context I'm in, everyone would be like, what are you playing? It just sounds like you're playing wrong stuff. You know, there's no like Merle Haggard tune you're trying to play that over. So again, that's an awesome point, and an awesome example of where like you guys don't need to know that. I don't know it. I do this as a career. No idea. How do you hold the pick? Mine keeps slipping, so I hold it like this. And here's the thing. I don't use the point of the pick, right? I'm using the shoulder up here. So I use the side. I hold it like this. I got that from Guthrie Trapp. When I first moved to Nashville, and I was working some with Guthrie Trapp. He's like a mentor. He was using the side, and then I was like, well, if he uses the side, I'm going to start using the side. And I've never gone back. Are you going straight to amp? Tim, yeah, I am. It's just a little positive grid, just a little practice amp here. You guys, hey, I want to take this time real quick. Thank you so much for joining the stream. We've had a ton of people in here the whole time. This has been awesome. I'm just sitting in my living room. I'm going to be on for maybe another 10 minutes. But seriously, thank you guys. Also, real quick, and I will get to more of your comments, plug, I do lessons. I do Zoom lessons. Literally, I've done them with people like all over the world. So if you're interested in that, I do $1 a minute. I normally do a 60-minute lesson. Happy to do a 45-minute lesson. Easy math, $60, $45. I do Zoom lessons. You can reach out to Tim Avon Music, this YouTube handle, at gmail.com. Do them online. I provide you with a video of the lesson. I record the lesson, so you have it look back on. And I'll talk to you about anything. Happy to do any. There's no commitment to do a bunch of them. I have a ton of people that just do one-off stuff. So, yeah. Anyways, that's my plug. Any more live gigs in Nashville coming? Just so happens I don't play in Nashville all the time. I'm going out of town on a 3-day run next weekend, which I'm going to make a video for. We're in a bus all 3 days. Just going to be like living on a bus type of video for a couple days. I happen to be playing tomorrow. I'm playing tomorrow at Printer's Alley from 3 to 6 at Snitch. It's just an acoustic guitar, singer, and then me on electric backing him up. But it's a cool gig. We improvise a lot. We have a lot of fun. Charles is really good, man. Charles knows how to work a room. Great singer, and he's who I'm backing up. Great guitar player. So it should be a lot of fun. For example, say we're in key A blues using A mixolydian. Okay. Thanks, Tim. Haven't gotten to catch a live. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I hope that helped a little bit. Yo, is that a DGT? Leo, it's not, but I got a DGT sitting in the other room. This is a CE. And honestly, I play the DGT more, but I just swapped the pickups in here. Shout out Stratton Audio. I'll keep shouting them out. These are Stratton Audio, some humbuckers that I think you can pre-order right now. And I'm testing these out, and so far it sounds pretty good, but I haven't plugged it into my full rig. I just recorded all day long. I took it straight to a little session with the band, kind of like a demo session with the band, but it wasn't completely my rig there. And the tones we get for that stuff is different than the stuff I set up at home. So tomorrow we'll have this plugged in through the normal rig. Right now I'm just in a practice amp, but thank you for answering me. I love your style. Hey, thanks, man. Several cool grooves on and on. Your timing playing through the changes. Hey, thanks, Marcos. I'm still trying to get better at that, man. Hold on just a second. Ooh, okay, so he said move to Nashville. Sorry, I just deleted those. I always do. Oh, always do. And he said move to Nashville and learn how to hold a pick. Which is funny, because I did. I moved to Nashville, and I learned that, you know what, the classics. And I think, it's funny, I think Tom Bukovac does the same thing. Man, if Guthrie and Tom do it, you should be doing it too. Hello from England, Johnny. What's up? I don't know any Megadeth. I totally am terrible in that genre of music. I've used amp models and multi-effect pedals. I use multi-effects pedals. I got an HX Stomp. I've done the amp model a couple times, but live we always play through an amp, a real amp, or a couple real amps. But stuff, man. Really like that stuff. Practice amp again. It is a Positive Grid Spark. Hey, Tim, finally cut. Rick, what's up, Rick? Hey, Johnny, thanks, dude. I really appreciate it. I appreciate that nice compliment. Just out here playing. I've been playing 16 years, man. Yes, Marcos. If you go to my channel, you'll have to scroll over to lives, but it'll be the most recent one. In the little thumbnail, I always just take a picture when I'm sitting down, but it's just this Positive Grid amp. It'll be uploaded. It normally maybe takes like 10 minutes to upload, I think, or so, but it will be uploaded. So, all right, I got a couple more minutes on here with you guys, and I got to eat some food and hang out with the family. I've been spending forever on slow dancing rendition you did in the beginning of the video. Was there a certain video you used to learn that? Or was that just Timprov? Okay, now everything I was just playing, I used that Timprov. I was improvising on that, but I'm improvising around. Like initially I learned let me go back to that setting. What's this? Let's tune that up a little bit. I knew I heard that. Okay, you guys. I'm going to play through this and talk through it, and then that's going to be the last thing we do on the live today. Okay, let me... So initially, I learned it, and what I do is initially learn that. to messing around. But here's the idea: is I learned the initial thing, and then I'm thinking we're gonna have to check the intonation on this, you guys. So anyways, my point there is it's going 6, 4, 1. And initially, if you don't know what that is, it's going C sharp minor to A major to E major, right? So then when I'm improvising in between there, I'm keeping that groove going. Right? Now let's do our own thing. Right? 6, 4, 1. 6, 4. So I'm thinking the groove's the same, my key center's the same, the progression's moving around the same, and that's how I just improv. Okay, I'm in the key of C sharp minor / E major, right? And I'm playing over the 6th chord. Then we get to the 4 chord, and I'm thinking right here is my 6th chord, right? And I got that, just that C sharp minor pentatonic 4 chord. I got a 4 chord right here. All those notes are going to sound good if I go to it. So if I go, listen to that. You can hear the changes if I play it in time and just hit single notes. Call back, we did that little 5 of thing earlier, right? You could do that, dude. That's another good little move, that half step below. Diminished thing going to a minor chord. But anyways, London and England, what's up? Awesome. I'm self-taught, but a lot of friends that have helped me. And I didn't like study music in college or anything, no. Okay, you guys, I'm going to answer these last couple questions. And Cody, great question. I hope that helps a little bit. Do you have any tips on practicing improvising? Honestly, James, exactly what I was just doing. I'd take a song you know, throw it on the looper, and try and follow those chords. Even if you're going... Okay. So I take a chord progression, I throw it down on a looper and stuff. The next level is maybe doing what I'm doing where there's no looper and I'm just improvising while I play, and that's keeping the groove going, trying to stay in key. I'm hitting the chord tones to make you hear that we went to the 4 chord, we went to the 6 chord, the 1 chord, whatever, you know. So initially to practice, I'd pick a spot on the fretboard you're comfortable with and just start making stuff up. Start sending it in a pentatonic scale. Try and make some music, you know. And then I'd learn the next shape maybe you're not as familiar with, and to break out of that, I'd start working on that one and then work on the next one. You know, it never ends. Playing for 16 years. Oh, man, you're a young man, an early starter. Yeah, so I'm 31 now. I started when I was 15, which is funny. In Nashville, that is not an early starter. I got friends that were born with a guitar in their hand, and they are a lot better than me and younger than I am. So I don't feel too young, but thank you for that, Johnny. I appreciate it. All right, you guys, we're going to wrap this up. This has been an awesome stream. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm going to get through this last couple comments. Theoretically, if I was looking for a PRS with humbuckers, what do you think would be some good models to look at? Probably would have to go with an SE or something in that range. Okay, Leo, there's going to be two distinctions. If you like the Gibson style sound, the more classic, I'd look at a McCarty. Let me make it super easy. If you like the classic style sound, you're going to be wanting to look for an SE that has covers on the pickups. Covers. If you want a little bit more modern, higher gain maybe, and not always higher gain, but different type of versatility, looking at the ones with uncovered pickups. So more classic, you'd be looking at a McCarty. They make a couple versions of that. I'd look there at the SE DGT is going to be a bit of that flavor. I have a normal DGT, awesome guitar. This is a CE. So this one's a little more expensive, and this came with the more modern pickups. I just switched them out literally today. And if you're looking for the more modern thing, I'd be looking at like the CE or SE Custom 24. You know? Okay. The Tremonti Sig, that if you think that looks tempting and you're into Tremonti stuff, then I would say definitely. And that's got one of each. I think the neck is a covered one, bridge is uncovered. So if you like that kind of stuff, you know, go, and I'd go and play one. Go and play one. That's really important. Self-taught, Johnny. You didn't study it. Okay. Tonight is my first stint. Hey, thanks. Thanks, Johnny. Yeah, follow along. Bunch of videos coming out and stuff. I got it. Improv the keys with some double stops and other embellishments across. Absolutely. Hey, thanks, guys. All right. What type of guitar? This is a CE. A PRS CE that I just changed the pickups in. It's a CE. I got the truss rod cover off. But, all right. Hey, you guys. Killer live stream today. We had a ton of people in from start to finish. I got to roll. I got to eat some dinner. Hanging out with the fam. It was great. And until next time, peace.